Is this the end of Olaplex? Olaplex is getting sued for causing hair loss. This is what's going on with the Olaplex lawsuit. My name is Angelica, aka Angie B. Let's get into it. 28 women have filed a lawsuit against Olaplex for causing hair loss, and now an additional 70-something women have also come up. So it's now about 100 women suing Olaplex for causing hair loss. They also said that it also causes breakage, that they received rashes, red spots on their scalps, blisters, bald spots, and some of them are even saying it can cause infertility. Let's unpack. So, if you've never used Olaplex before or you're not sure exactly what it is, almost all of their products are targeted at bond building. They have certain ingredients in them that help our hair rebuild broken bonds, which is what happens when our hair gets damaged, whether it is heat damage or any other kind of damage, whether it is tension or anything that is affecting your natural hair, whether it's curly or straight. If your bonds are affected, the Olaplex can help rebuild these bonds, and it's one of the first products in the market that came out with this type of technology. So a lot of people have been using the number 3, which is one of the most popular and effective products, and a lot of people have also been using the Olaplex number 6, but a lot of the things that are in this lawsuit seem to be targeted around Olaplex number 3. So there are two main ingredients that these claimants are all blaming for causing their hair loss and balding and blisters and all their issues, and these are lilial and panthenol. Now, these are two completely different ingredients, but they are both in these products and also in other products. Lilial is basically fragrance, and panthenol is a B vitamin. So now I think one of the main reasons that has caused this lawsuit as well are the fact that these products have now been banned in the EU. But there is something important to note about why they have been banned. So let's address these products getting banned in the EU. These products are banned in high concentrations, and this is where I always like to remind people that fear mongering is a huge thing online right now. It died down a little bit, especially in the skincare industry, and now it seems to have jumped over to the hair care industry. So here's the thing, it's the dose that makes the poison. If you eat too much salt, you're going to get sick, right? You can get poisoning from water, you can die from having too much water and it diluting the minerals and food that you actually need in your body. Too much of it is going to get filtered out. And we also see people saying things like, watch out, stop using this shampoo because it has the same ingredients as the products you use to wash your car or your dish soap. And it's like, yes, it probably does because you do need a foaming agent, but it is the dose that makes the poison. Most products, especially professional products, have been tested and go through a process and get tested by the FDA and other regulatory bodies to see the ingredients that can actually affect you. And most of the time, until proven otherwise, when a product is formulated with these ingredients, the dose that has been used in cosmetic products are safe to use on the skin and on the hair and should not cause a problem. Let's talk about the people who actually filed this and the reactions that they are getting. So, their main issue was firstly Lilial. Now, Lilial is the fragrance, and the issue with fragrance is that a lot of people are prone to be allergic or sensitive to fragrance, whether that is in skincare or hair care. And Lilial specifically is a known allergen which could cause rashes or blistering if you are very allergic to it, and also other symptoms related to allergies. Now, here's the thing, just because you are allergic to something, it doesn't mean the product is bad. It means you're allergic to it. For example, I'm allergic to grass, I'm allergic to pollen, I'm lactose intolerant, right? And at this point, I'm starting to think I actually have a milk allergy, not just lactose intolerant. So if you serve me ice cream, full fat dairy ice cream, with an edible arrangement of flowers on top of it, right? It's going to make me instantly sick. And this takes no time. Like within 5 minutes, I will be extremely sick. I will be sweating. I will break out in hives probably. I will have a terrible stomach ache. Does that mean that the company needs to stop making this ice cream and no one should ever put flowers on food again? No. It means that I shouldn't eat ice cream and I shouldn't go anywhere near pollen because I am allergic. If I go to a store and I buy a Snickers bar, knowing that it has nuts and I'm allergic to nuts, the company has no obligation to stop selling it because I am allergic to nuts, because that is my problem. I have the allergy. Unfortunately, they sell something that I would like that I'm allergic to. So just because you're allergic to something doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It means stay away from the thing that's making you allergic and find something else that works best. So because the Lilial irritated your skin, it doesn't mean that the Olaplex product caused you to have all these bad reactions. It means you're allergic to Lilial and you shouldn't use Olaplex or any other product that may cause you to have a rash because of the fragrance in it. As a precaution, though, Olaplex has removed this ingredient from their products just because a lot of people seem to be allergic to fragrance and they removed it just in case. Just so you know, Lilial is also in a lot of other soaps, body lotions, face products, dishwashing products, detergents, everything like that, because it is just a very popular fragrance option. And I'm pretty sure this may have been the ingredient that was also involved in the lawsuit against OGX and Tresemme and maybe one other brand, but Lilial is definitely one of the ingredients because it is a well-known allergen. The next thing they mentioned is panthenol, which was actually surprising because it is in so many body lotions and skincare products. I know I have a lot of skincare products that have panthenol, and a lot of hair care products have panthenol as well. So if this lawsuit actually goes through, a lot of products are going to be very affected because panthenol is a very well-known moisturizing ingredient in products. It is known to cause allergies, but it is very rare for you to have an allergic reaction to panthenol. But again, if you do have an allergic reaction to panthenol, that is an allergy problem, it's not a product problem. So here's another thing to note when you are looking at this: before you get scared and rush to throw out all your Olaplex products, we'll address the decisions we're going to make at the end of the video. But for now, I'd like to address the fact that a lot of these issues that these women had are across the past 3 years, and there are so many other factors that have gone into this. Let's start with one: TikTok trends. There have been lots of trending Olaplex products, especially people doing the Olaplex bun, and a lot of people were doing the Olaplex bun with Olaplex number 6. Now, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that, but if the Olaplex makes your hair wet, and then you go ahead and do a really tight, which is like the clean girl aesthetic, it's a pretty tight bun, that can cause breakage every time you tie your hair because it is damp or wet from the product you have put on it. Even if it's not damp or wet, if you're doing buns every day, that is already a high risk for breakage. They could have had not so good diets, they could have not been working out, they could have had any other medical issues. Any of them could have had COVID, and COVID is now known to cause hair loss, which happens about 3 months after you recover. Even I experienced a little bit of this. So it is not 100% accurate right now to know for sure if Olaplex is what caused their other problems or other physical or medical issues like pregnancy also, and any other issues that could possibly affect your hair that could have led to this. So obviously this is still being investigated. We don't know if it's going to be closed, but that is just something to note when lawsuits like this are filed. Another main thing that is extremely important, especially with professional products like Olaplex, and it is marketed as a professional product that you have access to use at home, and some of their products cannot even be purchased unless you have a cosmetic license or you go and use it in a, as in you go to a hair salon and they provide the service for you. Olaplex, with bond building treatments and honestly anything that's labeled protein treatment, those can lead to dryness, brittleness, and even breakage if you use them incorrectly, because bond building and reparative products usually are not moisturizing. I have actually never used Olaplex number 3, but I can tell by looking at it and I can assume by the description of it that if I use it, it would not leave my hair feeling moisturized because it is a bond building product. It is not a moisturizer, it is not a conditioner, it is a bond building product, meaning you use it for the time that is suggested on the packaging and then you rinse it out and then follow up with a moisturizing product to add that moisture back into your hair or just add more moisture into your hair. I have been seeing things like people using Olaplex number 3 overnight to supposedly make it more effective. Again, if you are using products and not following the directions, that is not the company's problem. This reminds me of people getting severe burns from using the Ordinary's AHA, BHA, that very red toner that kind of looked like blood, and people were getting actual burns on their face because they were leaving it on for like 30 minutes or 1 hour instead of just leaving it on for, I think the recommended is maybe 2 to 5 minutes. So if you get burns from incorrect use, That's not the company's problem unless they never stated how to use it and they left it all up to you. But according to my knowledge and what I've seen, Olaplex has pretty clear instructions on their packaging and on whatever website you purchase it from for how to use it. Of course, as long as it's also an authentic product. If you have been using Olaplex and have experienced any of the symptoms that have been mentioned here, first of all, stop using it. And if you think you are allergic to fragrance, linalool, or panthenol, again, you have to look for these ingredients in every single skincare and hair care product. And if you have access to a tester, do a patch test first before you purchase the product, because that will be an allergy problem and not an Olaplex problem. Second thing to note is what I just said. If you are going to use any professional products or any products in general, but mostly professional products, make sure you follow the directions and do exactly what they say, unless you're a professional and you think you know better. So for my thoughts and recommendations, will I continue using Olaplex? Do I recommend you to continue using Olaplex? Here's the thing. I have been using Olaplex for years. I've used their shampoo, I've used their conditioner, I've used the number 6. I haven't really tried many of their other products. My favorite product is the Bond Smoother number 6. Am I going to repurchase it? Absolutely. Unless this comes up and says that it's actually damaging to the hair and something in the lawsuit proves to say that it doesn't work or it causes whatever issues it seems to cause, I will not be using it. I will continue to use it. If they're talking about continuing to cause like rash and breakage, I have not experienced anything of that source. I have only experienced benefits. So of course, I'm going to continue using it as directed until proven otherwise. If you have had any of the negative symptoms or you have not been using it correctly, I will advise you to use it correctly. Or if you are not sure, I would suggest if you have the products already, wait to see what the results are going to be if you haven't had any negative results. And then if it's positive, you can continue use, but I wouldn't advise you to throw them in the bin. I would advise you to at least give them to someone else who is aware of the lawsuit and is comfortable with continual use, like me, and and then go from there. But just don't fall into the fear mongering trap online of you can't use this, you can't use this. If this has one little ounce of essential oil, it's going to cause you to break out. Unless you are affected or allergic to that ingredient, it will most likely not affect you. If you use Olaplex, let me know in the comment section below. Are you going to continue using it? Are you going to gift it? Are you going to throw it out? Or do you just not care at all? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Hit my face right there to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.